Hey everyone, and welcome. I am absolutely thrilled to have you join me today for this explainer. If you're the kind of focused learner who just loves breaking down complex ideas into super clear, actionable frameworks, well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to unpack a truly profound philosophy that sits right at the intersection of psychology, design, and leadership. We're looking at how tiny, almost invisible adjustments can actually yield massive results through the architecture of strategic nudging, specifically through a framework known as FEST. Let's get started. So, how do we actually change human behavior? It is perhaps the single most difficult challenge in any organization, any community, or even just in our own personal lives. When we want to drive true behavioral change, our default instinct is almost always to push. We create strict rules, we mandate compliance, we use force, pressure, or these heavy-handed incentives. But what if that is entirely the wrong approach? What if the secret to profound change isn't a massive shove, but something almost invisible?
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. The Art of the Nudge.
So, we define the nudge as the gentle encouragement based on the technology of the decision-making process. I want you to really think about those first two words, gentle encouragement. This is a complete departure from those forceful mandates we just talked about. A nudge isn't a push, it isn't a demand. It's an encouragement that completely respects the autonomy of the individual while subtly guiding them toward a better choice. It's like the whisper in the room of behavioral change, not the shout.
All right, moving on to Section 2, Technology of Decision-Making.
Now, I want to point out this specific phrase right here, the technology of the decision-making process. You see, nudging is not random. It's definitely not guesswork. It is completely grounded in a structured technology of how we as humans actually decide. And when we use the word technology here, we aren't talking about computers or software, right? We're talking about the systematic, totally predictable mechanics of the human brain. The nudge works precisely because it is engineered to align with this internal technology. It basically leverages the natural pathways our brains already use to make choices.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the incredible paradox at play here. On one side, you have a really minimal, soft input, that gentle encouragement. But then on the other side, this creates the remarkable power of change. By utilizing that technology of the decision-making process, a minimal, gentle input yields the remarkable power to alter human behavior. It turns out you absolutely don't need a massive force to create a massive impact, provided your input is strategically placed.
Which leads us to Section 3, Cost-Effective Behavior Change.
So, when we utilize nudges, we are actually targeting human behavior for cost-effective actions. Let's be real, traditional methods of changing behavior like strict enforcement, policing, or throwing massive financial incentives at a problem, they are incredibly expensive. They just drain resources. But because a nudge relies on that gentle encouragement embedded right into our existing decision-making technology, it is exceptionally efficient. The remarkable power of nudging directly results in actions that achieve your goals, literally without breaking the bank. Let's zoom out and look at the big picture. Section 4, Designing Strategy with FEAST.
Let me read this quote directly to you. In this module, the participants would learn the concept of FEAST in designing impactful strategy. I love this because it takes the abstract theory we've been discussing and turns it into a highly tangible, actionable module. FEAST is essentially the active learning environment where the architecture of strategic nudging is actually built and deployed. It acts as the ultimate bridge between understanding how people make decisions and actually shaping those decisions out in the real world.
So, the crucial point is how this all comes together. The goals of the FEAST concept are simple but powerful. Harnessing the power of the nudge, designing strategy, and creating impactful strategy. You learn to take that gentle encouragement, use it as a rock-solid foundation for designing your approach, and ultimately transform standard run-of-the-mill plans into truly impactful strategies. FEAST is pretty much your ultimate toolkit here.
Which brings us to a final, pretty provocative thought to leave you with. Think about your own work, your own leadership, or even your own projects. Are your strategies forcing change or gently nudging it? Are you spending massive resources trying to push people against their will? Or are you learning to use the technology of the decision-making process to offer gentle encouragement? That remarkable power of change is absolutely available to you and very cost-effectively if you learn to architect it properly. Thank you so much for exploring this profound concept with me today. Keep learning, keep reflecting, and I'll see you in the next explainer.